Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the anime Usagi Drop or Bunny Drop, which is a summer of 2011 anime that I watched in May. Yeah, May. It is July right now. I'm filming this. I've been wanting to talk about this for months, to a fact where I actually wrote a script for it because I filmed it 3 times and I didn't feel like I conveyed my points very well. And I just realized after I've been doing YouTube for like 11, 12 years, I'm not very good at scripts. I'm going to be very honest with that. I'm just like, oh, I thought that this would make it easier. It's actually harder, but I'm going to try anyway. The plot of this show is anime follows a 30-year-old salaryman named Daikichi, and his grandfather just dies in the beginning of this series. And so he goes back to his hometown, and after the grandfather dies, they learn that there's the grandpa had an illegitimate child, and so someone must obviously take the child in, or they'll go to foster care. And it seems like no one really wants to fucking take care of the child. It sounds kind of mean, but no one does. And because of that, no one does. Like, they don't. And so he decides that he is going to take this child in and parent this child. The name of the child is Ning. Like I say though, I feel like when I'm speaking English and Japanese at the same time, it's kind of weird, but yeah. Ning. He takes in Ning, and Daichi and Ning start their life together, and he is now thrusted into the world of being a single parent. It wasn't like he was prepared for this at all, because he went from being single, bachelor, going out after work type of person to being a parent in literally like a few days, like without at least if like your girl goes pregnant or something, like you could be prepared, like, okay, but no, this is like one of the, like, and it's not even his child, it's his grandfather's job. And you might wonder, is there a mom? There's a mom, but the mom also did abandon this child. It's really sad. Like, it's really like, this show made me feel all the feels. This is a josei show, so josei means that it is for 20 and up, or 17 and up. I know it's like for adults, and so yeah, it's like, it's geared towards adult females, and you could tell that it's geared towards adult females, and it's definitely not a kids show. You could tell that just because I know like some people have this like misconception because it's anime, it has to be like shonen or shoujo, but it is a josei. So if you guys were wondering, like, oh, this is kind of a heavy topic for like animes do that. It's not always just like magical things and adventures, which I think I'm starting to, as I get older, I really do enjoy like these like slice of life, like adult, real world salaryman life kind of things, because it's just interesting, especially as someone who's never, although I've worked in Japanese companies and Japanese places, I've never actually worked in Japan, and I've never worked a salaryman job. Technically it's a salaryman job, but like I've never worked a salary job in Japan. So that world is so foreign to me, and I find it so interesting. And I know like if you were working that, there are a few shows and stuff about that in Japan, but I know if like you're working that, it might not be as interesting, but to me it's really, really interesting. And yeah, so that part was always really interesting to me, the salaryman part, but also the fact that he was becoming a father, those were really cool. And also, is a father someone, like, it goes into like how is being a father having to like your DNA, is it your DNA, is blood thicker than water, like is like, can you really like love someone you adopted and form a bond with someone you've adopted and things like that. My air conditioner just decided to turn back on. Also, we only go through like maybe a year-ish, maybe a year or 2 years-ish of Ning's life. So we go from, if I remember correctly, daycare to first or second grade. Also learn about like the difficulties of like, especially if you're like not just being a single parent, but like just in general, how annoying the Japanese system for like getting certain things done is, because of course he works full-time jobs, things like that, and he has to figure out how to put this kid in daycare, and the red tape in Japan. Like, if you've watched the Trash Days podcast, they actually talk about this a lot, but Japan's really fucking difficult. It is like a sea full of paperwork, and so adopting a kid, having to figure out the whole education system, how to put them in the education system, things like that, fucking hard. I know this is like a fictional story, but like I couldn't even imagine how hard this would be. And so that's why it was just a fascinating story, because it's just like we have enough realism in it, and we also have enough fiction in it, and it was just I don't know, I just really enjoyed this. It does have a very popular manga series, which I actually have behind me. If you can see, it's I have most of them. I have some doubles too, but yeah. And yeah, I know the manga has a lot of controversy. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I haven't started the manga because I've been wanting to do this video for so long that I'm like, I don't want to start the manga and like mix up my manga feelings with my anime feelings, and so that's why we haven't done it yet. But yes, I really like this anime. I still do. It's been 2 months, and I can say, just thinking back on it, I really liked it. I would probably rewatch this, honestly. It's not very many episodes, but I definitely speed ran it because it was so good. And like, honestly, this is not something I probably would have enjoyed maybe like 3 years ago. So I am getting older. That's like what this anime made me think of. Like the things that this anime made me feel and made me think of is things that I think of because I'm 25 and I will probably have a family one day and potentially have a family in Japan. I don't know yet. If you guys don't know, because I always have to put this in videos just in case people don't know, I am Japanese. I'm half Japanese, and I have thought about maybe raising our kids in Japan and stuff like that. So that's a thing. I don't have kids. I am not pregnant, but like that's a thing. So this made me think about things like that, adoption in Japan, like the foster care system in Japan. Yes, they don't go into that many details about that, but honestly, this show made me think about a lot of things and opened my brain up to a lot of things, which maybe wasn't the point. It was probably just supposed to be like a semi-serious slice of life, but I like shows like this that can open my brain up and make me think about things that I never really thought about. It's about very deep topics that make you think about life, and honestly, like I said, it does. It definitely does, and it's done in such a beautiful way that I honestly think that this mangaka, I don't know if they've gone through it personally, but it was so heartwarming and good. It makes me feel good. Like I said, apparently, honestly, I recommend this series for people who are in my range. So, range where you would have kids and things like that. If you are very interested in how adult life is in Japan, or potentially adult life is single parent life, things like that, you might actually be really interested in the show. Yes, it's not all what it's about, but I think that like you may need to be into some of those things to like the show, because if you're not, like, I don't know. I know a lot of people do not enjoy slice of life, and if you don't enjoy slice of life, you probably will not enjoy this. But I would say just take a minute, did I shake the whole room? I would say just take a second and just watch an episode, see if you like it, because I did not like the way that I've seen people describe it or talk about the manga and stuff like that. I never thought that I would enjoy the show as much as I did, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's really good. I really like it. Talk about the manga. Actually, like I said, I have it in the back of me, but I haven't actually read it or finished it or even started it because I want to film this video. But I'm gonna say, if you want to get the Bunny Drop manga in English, don't. It's been a bitch to collect. If you guys don't know, sometimes I get obsessive. I have really bad obsessive tendencies, and so once I finished watching this anime, I really wanted to read the manga, especially because people have said a bunch of things about the manga, that it's kind of bad and it's weird and it ends on like a weird note. Like I said, I haven't read it. I don't really know too much, but they said that it's weird and it's bad. So I'm like, but I really like it. I really want to know. I really want to know what happens with me and Daikichi and the whole life thing. And so like I was like, okay, let's just get it anyway. So some of the volumes are really easily found on eBay and Amazon and things like that, but some of them cost upwards of $200. And did I pay $200 for them? No, but I have gotten some disgusting copies because I had to get the ones I can't find. So yeah, and that's also why I ended up, because I bought a bunch of lots. I think so. There's like a lot that I saw for $200 on eBay and I didn't get it. I was like, I can get this for cheaper, and so I ended up buying a bunch of different lots and things like that. I spent so much money. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't be a person who has 3 number ones. Like, why do I need 3 number ones? I do not need 3 number ones. I might give it away one day, honestly, but at 3 number ones, 3 number 5s, like we have a lot here. If you actually watched one of my hauls, I did talk about that. They're really hard to collect, and I do want to talk about them though. I want to read all of them and do a video on the series, but like honestly, I don't know if it was gonna be worth it because I spent way too much money, and I don't know if enough people have interest in this show for me to have spent that much money on collecting the manga series. And yeah, I still haven't found a number 7 that is in okay condition. They're all kind of gross, and I bought 2 number 7s trying to figure out one that looks a little better, but they both fucking still suck. So yeah. Things better. I tried to make this as much, so I try to make this as much of a spoil-free video as possible. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, whether or not yeah, hopefully this one's the one. Hopefully this is the one that actually goes up on the internet, because god damn it, I've filmed this way too many times. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this anyway. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.